ready, you guys? Come on in the room. Come on in with me. What's up? How y'all doing this morning? I know it's not too early for you all. Come on in. It is your girl Kiana Williams, and I am so glad, thankful, and blessed that you are in the room with me this morning. And I know that you have a lot of time on your hands, and life is just busy for you. I'm super glad that you're having you're making time. I get to see you in the room with me. And for those that cannot make it this morning, it's okay because guess what? You will be able to view the recording, and the ones that's already in here, they will be able to do a repeat, okay? And if you feel like this channel will benefit someone else as well, sharing is caring. Share this page. Also subscribe if you are already not subscribed, and share, and also hit that bell button at the top of your page, so then that way you can get notifications of all of my posts, not just when I go live and spend time with you all of the videos and posts that I bring to you guys. And again, if you don't know who I am Kiana Williams. I like to address healing, rebuilding, especially after any type of trauma. I mean, any type of trauma, self inflicted or not. Okay? Anything devastating, I want to be able to give you that encouragement so that you can know there is a future after the trauma. There is a place that is very bright and light for you even after the dark places, okay? And to talk about that, guys, I want to speak with you about what peace started revealing to me. Oh my God, what peace started revealing to me. If you missed my previous video last night, check it out, the live that we did. We talked about survival mode, um, and how when you're living in survival mode so long, it is very difficult to transition into a life that you don't have to live that way. You have to actually train yourself that you are not in trauma, you're not in survival mode anymore, so that way you can enjoy life. It is a process for you guys, and I just want you to know, because you're actively doing those things, you're on the right page. You're going down the right path, okay? Because when you're leaving trauma and you're out of a survival mode lifestyle, you're now going to be introduced to something new. You're going to be introduced to a way of life, right? And a lot of people give you advice about when you was in that particular trauma. They wanted you to get out of that and all the things, but no one actually told you what you had to do in order to be successful after those things. And because your girl here has lived through it, experienced it, and also passed that survival mode, I'm happy to help you get to that phase as well, because it is a beautiful life after you get out of that survival mode. And again, check out the video from last night. So this morning feels like the next phase, and I want to go ahead and give you all the next steps. I don't want to take it too slow for you all, because there's always videos that you can go back and recap on, right? But I want to give you the strategies, the things that you need to do if you're ready to move to that next level. Well, remember, progress is slow sometimes, and that is okay, because as long as you're moving forward, right? You're moving. Life is like a dance. And the actor Megan Good stated that she loves to dance in the rain. And the metaphor she used is basically saying that even when things doesn't feel like the norm, even though you're crying and all the things, you can still move forward and you can still have fun. There is joy even in the dark places, in the wet places, in the cold places, in the places where you don't look so good. There's still joy there. So enjoy the progress, the process. Enjoy it all. Guys, I do apologize. I did not put my phone on do not disturb, but I will be doing that for you all right now, and it is now effective. Okay. So what started to happen to me, guys, when life got quieter Mm, I had to sit in my thoughts. When life got quieter, I had to sit in my thoughts. And that was one of the hardest things to do, because in those thoughts, I started to realize that all the things that was done to me, things that I had noticed, and also the things that I had done myself that I could have done differently. All these things, all these thoughts starts to flow through your mind because you're actually now in survival mode. You're able to see what you wasn't able to see before, and that is okay. So I want to let you know that's part of the process. After survival mode, things get quieter and you have to sit with yourself. As a matter of fact, I recommend sitting with yourself and letting all those thoughts come through. Write them down. Write those thoughts down and also write notes to yourself after you go through that process. Write daily notes, that make daily journals, and I want you to pour into you. Because in survival mode, typically what happens for you, the one that you're trying to survive, the person that you're trying to protect yourself from, you was trying to protect them too. And because of that, you wasn't protecting you. So now it's time for you in those quiet moments for you to pour into yourself and also write down what you're thinking. Why do you want to write down all of those thoughts that you're having, especially when some of them are not positive, some of them are not ideal for you? So then that way you can understand why you are thinking those things and what's going on. Because in those thoughts that you're having, those feelings, there's something that needs to be processed, right? And once you realize what it is that needs to be processed, you identify the what, you're now acknowledging the issue, and then you can address it. Because you can't address an issue without knowing what it is, right? If you have a leaking faucet at home, some water leaking, right? And you don't know, you know the faucet is leaking, but you don't know where. And you could go out and replace the whole faucet, right? But what if it was something that just needed to be tightened? You have just wasted money. You're wasting time going to the store to purchase those things, time while you're at the store searching for the right replacement, and then coming back, taking it all loose or paying someone to take it apart and putting it back together. And the only thing that you had to do was tighten a bolt or tighten something, right? So it's knowing what's going on so then that way it can be properly addressed, right? Make sense? Good. So those quiet places is very much helpful for you. In the beginning, it's going to hurt. You're going to cry. Let those tears flow, honey. That's why you have eyes and tears. I'm telling you this because I really know it was going to help you. Let those tears flow because there's healing in tears. The Bible tells us that God bundles our tears in heaven. Okay, so He turns them into blessings. Reveal that God. That means God is holding out. He wants us to release it, and He'll hold it for us. He will hold it for us and turn it into something joyful. And I definitely know that to be so because I shedded a lot of tears. And to be honest, right now there are times that I never know when it's going to come up, but it does. And I cry and I let it come out because there's healing in tears. And women, if you have a man, you have a son, let that man or that boy cry. Being vulnerable is a very strong thing. When a man knows he's emotionally connected, that's a good thing. It is not a good thing when a man doesn't want to cry. Okay? It's not a good thing when a man does not want to cry. Let that man cry. Let that man know that he can be vulnerable with you, right? Let your sons know that being vulnerable is actually a strength, not a weakness. And my strong women out there, ladies, beautiful queens, you can cry as well. That doesn't mean that you're weak. That means that you're very much in tune to who you are. You're very much aware of your emotions. Let it flow, honey. Because when we release not just the sound, there's healing, okay? So be okay with releasing those tears while you're writing And also when things happen, just be okay. You're human. You're not a robot. Thank God. So he started revealing things that I couldn't see before, as I just told you guys. When, yes, absolutely, uplift your man every day, even in anger. And um, it's just make, if your everyone gets angry, as long as the anger is not violent, there's no physical abuse, emotional abuse. Um, you support that man, give that man space. You're doing the right thing. Now, I Now I'm no longer married, and but during my marriage, did I learn some things? Absolutely I did. I'm a very loving, I'm a very caring person, I'm a very encouragement person. That's what I'm doing with you guys right now. I'm very much encouraging. And I know how to take care of my man, but sometimes we are with the wrong person. And even with we are with when we are with the wrong person, we can still figure out how we made some mistakes, and we can do some things to make it better, make our next situation better. So though I am a single, beautiful black woman, I know what I did that was wrong, and I know what I did that was right. And now I know when I step into my new relationship, what's going to happen from me and what I'm going to allow. So you make sure that we are aware of those things. Guys, give me just a second, guys. Um, Give me just a second, guys. All right. All right. Yes, we do. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your patience. But we definitely do. We definitely need leaders. As you stated, Miss, who you are. We definitely need not just black leaders. We need leaders of every color that's going to stick up for one another, right? But does it look differently when it's coming from a black woman? Absolutely. But we need leaders that are great leaders, who are godly leaders, who are leaders who are okay with being bold, who have been through something, because it's hard to lead someone when you haven't been through anything. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you should go out there and try to find something else to get into. That is not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that when you've been through a struggle, you understand that fight, because when you had to get out of that, it's a whole nother situation. But peace revealed that I can trust myself as well. And that's something that you deal with when you are exiting or exited a relationship. And let's see. All right. And that's what happens, guys. That is what happens as well. That's just things that happens. Um Peace revealed that I can trust myself, because you're always not in a place where you can trust yourself. Why? Because you was in a relationship that you did not need to be for so long, right? And when that happens, oh, I lost my train of thought. Look, guys, we gotta make sure we stay focused. I'm just here to say this because your girl got off track because there was there was a kid in here that had to learn some things, and that's okay. You know, children, they have to learn some things, guys. I'm not sure who they was. I don't know if there was a kid or what, but I had to delete it. Let me just tell you, people are just, when you're unhealed, you do things like that. So anyway, guys, it allowed me to know I can trust myself, because being in an unhappy relationship, it makes you feel like you cannot trust yourself, you're not competent, you're not capable, all the things, right? But once you have the ability to remove yourself from that situation, You see yourself differently. You can trust yourself. You start building boundaries. I stopped second guessing my decisions. I stood on my decision and I knew why I did it, and I moved forward in it. Period. And I realized that my intuition was never broken, right? It was just because I didn't listen to it. Let's be clear. Ladies, God gives us a strong intuition. Men, our strong men, our men that protects us, right? God also give them discernment as well. If I'm speaking to my ladies, right? Ladies, God gives us a great intuition. What happens is when we don't acknowledge it, we ignore it, and we want to see things to how we want to see it. And I'm speaking to my men as well when you do this too. That's the issue. These thoughts does not come in your mind for you to immediately act on them, but they doesn't come in your spirit for you to ignore them either. Make note, take note, because what I learned is when you have a certain situation that repeats itself, pay attention. Pay attention to that. Super important, right? Pay attention because there is some truth in that, okay? Make sure, and also that's why you pray, that's why you fast, right? I am connected to a women's group that right now we are in a fast. So I'm just going to tell you, well, that they're fasting. And you make sure you check your surroundings. Who are you connected to? Does that connection bring fullness and boldness to you? Or is it healing for you? Or is it putting you back in that situation where you are feeling unhealthy, unhealed, and all the things, repeated things that happened in your past? If you're not, stay connected to that. And all the groups that I'm connected to, I very much feel like it's definitely intentional and is led by the Spirit of God. So survival mode, it will make you doubt yourself because someone is countering you. Someone wants to break you, right? That's normal. So now it's time for you to rebuild. Peace helped me to clear myself again. Now, sometimes peace and quietness, guys, let's be real, it can feel boring. It can be boring. It can feel like, it can feel lonely, all the things, but you need that peace. You need that quiet time. And that's what happens sometimes. So that, let me tell you guys, we are in an amazing place. We are in a great place. Let me read some of these things here. Let's see what we got here. Alright guys, I've viewed some of these things up here and alright. Maybe I need to hire a moderator. Maybe I need to get someone to be a moderator for me. Alright. So guys, anyway, peace revealed I'm no longer in danger. That's what those quiet times would do for you. My body was, I realized when I was in a calm, peaceful place that my breathing changed. I want to make sure I come to you all directly and accurately. My breathing changed. The way I felt about myself changed. All the things. And then my body started to react differently. I wasn't in a defense mode prior and before that. When my beginning phase of leaving that relationship, I felt like I was under attack. It's like my shoulders was, tight. I remember I went to get a body massage. I went to get a body massage, and then I also went to a chiropractor, and it's like, honey, you're tense. Your shoulders is tight. Because when you're in a defensive mode, right? Think about your soldiers, our soldiers out there that's ready to fight, right? Or anyone that's in a fighter position, box or anything. They're not loose. They're tight because not just because they gotta fight, it's also because they have to defend themselves. So they want to make sure that they are ready for the blow. They position their body for the blow, right? Even though they're throwing blows, they have to position themselves for the blow. How can you position yourself from things that's going to hurt you? You tighten up. So professional fighters, it's recommended for them to get body massages, deep body massages. Go and relax after a fight. Go take a vacation because all of that stress to the body wears and tears it down. There's a chemical in the body called cortisol, right? Cortisol is released under stress, right? Mm-hmm. And after a long period of time when cortisol is released, and cortisol is meant to be used for your body in fight situations, fight or flight situations, right? And it shouldn't happen all of the time. For example, you go on your daily walk, you do your 6 miles a day, and then one day a dog comes running behind you. What happens is your brain tells you it's time for me to protect myself, so let me kick it in gear times 10. And then that's what happens. Your body gives you a burst. I'm going to call it a burst of energy, and this burst of energy, fire, and you just run for your life, right? But if you have to take that walk every day, and every day, every moment, your body is running from that same animal, why would you keep going down that route? If you do, what's happening is your body is living in that fight or flight mode, and then what happens, your body is trying to protect itself, so it's putting all this inflammation in your body is tense, your mind is always on alert, looking for that animal so you can protect yourself. What you should do, sometimes we stay walking that same route. That's what we done when we was in trauma. We stayed walking that same route. But what you actually should do, find you a new one. Don't stop getting healthy and healing. Don't stop loving yourself. Don't stop allowing love to find you. But that particular relationship, that particular relationship doesn't deserve you. So that particular route, we shouldn't be walking on that route, because there's no need for us to always have to put ourselves in places where we have to be in a fight or flight mode. So when you are in that relaxing place, like I was stating, after a fighter goes into a fight and they go into a relaxing place, they figure out their body is out of alignment. So that's where they have to get the massages and all the things. And then also they can understand that this one particular thing, this was for my good. This was something that's my lifestyle. This is my career, more so. This is my career. But they make sure they don't live in that place, because once a fighter, and you can see them on TV, I'm not going to name anybody because I don't have time for that. But you see the fighters that actually live in that fight or flight mode all the time. Watch what happens to their body over a period of time. Very quickly, they're going to start to gain weight. They're going to be angrier, and they're going to age a lot faster. That is what happens when you're always in that fight or flight. You're looking for a problem when there is none. Even if there is a problem, you want it to come to you. That's what happens when you stay in that state of mind. So we need that calm place. If that calm place means you are no longer on social media, that you're no longer, you're taking a break from social media, you're taking a break from your friends, you're taking a break from your family, you're taking a break from your job, whatever you need to do to take a break from, to get out of that lifestyle or that mode that you have to protect yourself, do that, because that's going to help you live a lot longer and be in peace. So when you don't have to be in defense mode anymore, that's your comfort place. That's how you know when you're in the right direction. So I used to associate struggle. This is something that we do too. Associate struggle with strength. Lies. And you don't even have to be in trauma. And I've heard this. People are not even in trauma, and I've heard them. The struggle is real. And it's always a struggle, because we make it one. Why are you in that relationship for so long? Because you choose to be. Because you choose to be. If you are not in a situation where you like something, move on. Okay? Move on. There is too many YouTube pages out here. Move on. Get you a life or make one yourself and let somebody hear you. Okay? If okay, so move on. The struggle is real because we make it real. The struggle is real because we make it real. It's not real. What is your reality? What do you want to do? Because my reality is those minions have nothing on me. Those minions means the struggle. Okay? It is like there's no struggle. But when you're in a fight or flight, you think that everything around you is just working against you. That's a lie. Everything around you is meant to help you. Even the things that are intended to hurt you. Let those things that someone is trying to hurt you with, let those things help you grow. That's what it's supposed to do. It is supposed to help you grow. It's supposed to help build you, make you bolder. Knowing that, okay, you don't deserve to be in this circle, so today will be your last day. Because when someone doesn't respect you or the situation doesn't work for you, dismiss it and move on. Okay? Dismiss it and move on. So start being comfortable with resting in the things that looks unfamiliar, like the comfort zone. Okay? That place of peace, because some people don't even know what peace looks like. So it's hard for them to even allow themselves to step in that comfortable place. They don't even want to go there because peace is something that they don't even desire. You can't change that, my love. Family, we can't change that. What we can do is change ourselves. And what happens is the ones that are not supposed to be connected to us, they will fall off, they will dismiss themselves. Okay? So be okay with that. Move forward in love. Move forward in grace. Do all the things that you need to do. But be okay loving yourself. Be okay with understanding the situation works out for you. Calm is no longer going to feel suspicious. It's going to feel intentional. Stop looking for things to go wrong and start knowing that things are always going to go right from now forward. Okay? So now I understand that comfort can be healthy. Why? Because when your girl is relaxing, okay, when she's loving herself and loving the situations, nothing else matters. Okay? So that's what we need to know. Nothing else matters. Your peace is truly important. When you are able to be in peace, when you're quiet, watch what happens to your peace when you're out in public. Peace. You're not going to disturb my peace. Misery loves company. Misery loves company. Do you hear me? Misery loves company. So if misery loves company, that means misery wants misery. If you do not give misery that company, they're going to find somewhere else to go. Okay? Let them be miserable, okay, and unhappy and all the things. Who cares? So I've learned how to protect my peace. And do I receive challenges? Absolutely. I receive them. And it helps me to be better. And so will it do for you. Okay? It will do the same thing for you. Okay? So emotionally, spiritually, mentally, I stopped feeling like I had to control everything. Oh, God. To stay safe. And that's what we do. So I'm telling you, you have someone in your life that feels like they have to control everything. It was a time when they did not have control. And at a time when we lose control, we feel like when we gain it, I'm going to control it because then that way nothing can go wrong. But things will go wrong once you feel like you got to control everything, because then we start playing God. We're not God. Be okay with letting things be. What you can control is that person that you look in the mirror and you see every single day. Make sure y'all can hear me. Control is the person you can control It's who you look in the mirror at every day. Someone disrespects you, you don't have to be disrespectful back. You cut them off and you move forward. You don't have to be defensive, because how someone feels, this is gonna hurt those people that are mean girls, mean boys. This is gonna hurt you, but it's for your good. It's to help you. When people hurt you and they're disrespectful and they're mean to you, they're actually projecting how they feel about themselves. Ouch. Ooh. Ouch. That hurt. That's how it is. So I'm telling you this because I want you to take this. If you're on the other side of a person that's receiving disrespect or hurt, don't take it personal. It has nothing to do with you. You just enforce your boundaries that you've already implemented, right? Let that person move on. Okay. And for the ones that are actually implementing this disrespectfulness and these negative things, it's okay. You are amazing as well. Even though you may not see yourself that way, you are truly amazing. And I'm going to pray for you. Okay? And then I'm going to move on. And you should do that too. Every conversation is not an attack. It's not. Some will be, but not everyone. Once you're out of survival mode, you'll understand that everything is not about you. And not everyone wants to hurt you. Everything is not about you and everyone doesn't want to hurt you. Now, I'm not saying nothing is about you. I'm not saying that you're not important. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that every time someone has a conversation that is not, that maybe mentions, let's say this, that actually mentions something about you but not directly, that just means that maybe that's something that you need to address to improve. Okay? Also, I realized I didn't have to explain myself constantly and I did not have to prove my worth to anybody. No, ma'am. I don't care who you are, if you're on the negative side or you're on the positive side. You don't have to prove your worth to anyone. You don't have to down anyone to prove your worth. You don't have to let anyone down you to prove your worth. You don't have to give everyone your accolades unless you want to, because you're trying to do things, but you don't do anything because you're trying to make someone see you in a different light. Be who you are, because you are the best you and there's nobody like you. You hear me? You are the best you and there's no one like you. So I want you to remember that. Okay? You are the best you and there's no one like you. Whether you're on the positive side or the negative side, you are amazing. Period. Know that. Once you know that, once I learned that, peace started to change my relationships. I started to attract different type of people. Healthy people, healed people, happy people. Not perfect people. Show me one and I give you $1 million. Okay? So the girl don't have it. Yes. It's coming in the mail. Okay? Multi-billionaire. Here. Hey. But you start changing the people that you attract. Now, will you still attract people that are not so healed? Yes, absolutely. Okay, because sugar brings the flies and all the sweet things. Okay, it attracts everything. Okay, so it comes with the territory. So I started noticing who brought the chaos, and it was me sometimes doing those unhealed moments. I was the chaos maker, not because I was intentionally trying to do it. It was because I was defending myself. So I was on alert thinking that everything was against me. But when I realized, in my quiet places, I realized, okay, you need to correct that. Remember, you can only control you, Kiana. You can only control you, ma'am, sir. Okay? And then you actually can see who brings the chaos and how you need to step back a little bit. Because there's going to be chaos in many times of our lives. But you'll see who is that carrier, that chaos holder, carrier, okay? And sometimes you have to be around these people because you work with those people in certain things, and you know they're in part of your daily life. But you recognize the limitations that you have, that you don't have to deal with them on a certain level. Okay, makes sense. Good. So I became more intentional about with my access. Um, like I just stated, you may have to work with someone that carries chaos, but you don't have to let them into your personal space. You don't. And you don't have to explain anything either. Period. Stop forcing connections. Oh my God. When somebody wants to disrespect you or they want to depart from you, as Mel Robbins say, let them. Please do me a favor and let them. Silence stop. Silence stops scarring me. Your girl was having a hard time speaking or doing anything, girl. Your voice is important. It doesn't matter if you have a squeaky voice, a deep voice, you have a little bit to say, a lot. Don't be scared to use that wonderful voice that you have. So peace changed my mindset, guys. It totally did. It changed my mindset. It changed my life. It changed my spirit. No matter where I go, I know I am in the right room because I'm in the room. I may not consider the table, but I make my own table, okay? And you do too. Make your own space. You do not need anyone to say, sit down. I'm taking a seat. No, it's this. I'm taking a seat, okay? So stop operating in fear because the world is not against you, okay? As long as you know that you are walking into the right space, you are good. Thank you guys for your time. Bye, guys.